And Shedeur Sanders will be there, but first, Adam, what is Hunter doing today?
Well, how about this day for Travis Hunter? Graduates today from Colorado in Boulder. That happens this morning, gets his degree, and then from getting his degree, has to find his way to Duval to go for the Jaguars rookie minicamp on Friday. Graduation Thursday, minicamp Friday. That's quite a busy 24-hour period for Travis Hunter. And Shedeur Sanders also starts his mini camp in Cleveland with the quarterback competition unofficially getting underway. Obviously, Dillon Gabriel will be there. Shedeur Sanders, we see there walking into the Browns building. We know that Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco will be involved in the quarterback competition in Cleveland. And there might not be a team right now that has a more intriguing quarterback room than the Cleveland Browns, and Shedeur Sanders has reported to work as the Browns rookie minicamp gets underway on Friday.
Ooh, yeah, you said that really well, Adam. I'm not sure there's another quarterback room that I would want to be a fly on the wall on more. Kyle, you play the Browns twice a year. What do you make of this Browns quarterback situation?
Before we go on to the Browns, Shefty, I do have to ask you, you are the insider. Is Travis going to do the 21 or the 12? Is he going to practice that at practice, or what we got going on?
Well, I think he's wearing, what do they say, number 12?
Yeah.
I think that's what they said. But he's going to be playing wide receiver predominantly. They're onboarding him as wide receiver. He'll be playing some defensive back. I don't know what number, but they're going to be calling his number quite a bit, Kyle.
All right. I saw that he was going to wear 12 on offense and 21 on defense. I didn't know if he was going to practice that this week at minicamp.
Like that.
So, but let's
I would
go
hope
to
that he would conserve some of his energy.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of plays, so we'll see how it goes. But going on to the Browns with Gabriel and Sanders, this is a big week for them. The first time around the coaches actually doing practice drills, actually see them live and in action in their building. I think they're pretty excited about that, and I'm interested to see how Stefanski does, because the one thing I respect about this man as a head coach is his adjusting, his adapt or die mentality as a coach. He's been in a lot of situations, especially at the quarterback position, of being who's up, who's down, suspension with Deshaun Watson, all those different things. He's had Flacco in there. He's got a bunch of quarterbacks right now. I think he's going to do a great job of finding out who that quarterback is with the adapt or die mindset that he's had his whole tenure in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's well said. I mean, he's found ways to make his scheme work no matter who's been under center. Mina, if you're Kevin Stefanski, what are you trying to push Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel on this rookie camp?
You just want to get them both to play faster, especially Sanders. I think this is, part of the reason why he fell in the draft is some great tape, but a lot of tape where he's holding on the football, drifting in the pocket. One thing to do that in college, quite another when you're going up against, the T.J. Watts, Kyle Van Noy's, Trey Hendricksons of the world, especially, by the way, behind an offensive line that's quietly deteriorated quite a bit in Cleveland. I think Stefanski will do his best to mitigate that pressure to some degree, put them on the move. There's going to be a heavy emphasis on the run game. But, yeah, both quarterbacks do have to play faster, I think, to cut it.
It's not that the quarterback competition will be settled this weekend or the games are being played this weekend, but the reality is that for the past few months, Shedeur Sanders has had to deal with a lot of noise. There just is a lot of attention paid to this young man for all the reasons that we all understand. Starting tomorrow is football, right? It may not be football with pads on and a defense that you're going against, and we're not keeping score, but it's football. So Shedeur Sanders' path going forward will be defined by how he performs rep in and rep out, not just his rookie minicamp, but during OTAs and eventually training camp. And for as frustrated as I'm sure he was to have to wait until pick 144 overall, Laura, now, if he's as good as I think he believes he is, he'll have a real shot to compete, because this is a wide open quarterback room. He is not the backup to Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes or somebody like that. He's got a chance in Cleveland.
Yeah, of course, we will be all over the coverage for rookie minicamps starting tomorrow. And Kyle, before we go, yes or no, is TV easier than sacking quarterbacks, or what would you say?
They're both hard.
This man is humility.
Very Chargers taking on the Jags.
Come on, Tatum.
This one, I know, right? This one was all Chargers to start. They led 27-0 late in the first half. Then the Jags went on a tear. What happened in this game?
What didn't happen in this game? It comes down to just execution at the end of the game, offensively and defensively. We didn't do a good enough job running the ball in this game, and then we didn't do a good enough job stopping the pass. it was like check down Charlie from Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
And their guys were just running around circles around our defense, ended up scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown to be like, what just happened? We lost. No way.
I'm trying to be
that
positive.
day-
I got to tell you what, the
that
single
was a
digit,
bad
again,
day.
I'm trying to just not focus on the game. The single digit looked great on you, especially in the powder blue.
Okay.
I like
Number
that.
8, yeah, I
Again,
like
no
that.
football talk here
Good
for right now.
positivity.
I was watching
I like
Moana 2 last night, by the way. I have no idea if it was a basketball game.
Yeah.
I was going to say make way, but that's Moana 1, so we'll just leave it there. All right, this is how you know I'm a good teammate, Kyle,
Yes.
because I'm a Falcons fan. We got a good one for you. We all know about this one, Super Bowl 51. You were traded from the Pats to the Pats from the Lions midseason, and then you get to be part of this incredible rally, winning a Super Bowl. What was this game like?
I mean, I still love this game. I love talking about this game. Look at kissing that ring. Yes, it feels so good. Michael Strahan, appreciate it. I love any time you win, but then winning that big one is just something special. It changes your entire life. I hope to do it one more time. And honestly, thanks TB12 to keep playing the way you did in the second half. And that defense, can't forget about us over there. We only gave up 21 points. TB, you did have a pick 6. We won't talk about it. But 21 points for the defense against arguably one of the best offenses ever. So, hell yeah to the dang
What was halftime
Falcons for screwing that up for us.
You got 42 minutes after in the Super Bowl, 28-3. Like, are you guys sitting there like on
good
like
question.
TripAdvisor.com to get ready for Cancun, or what are you thinking at that?
Yeah, at that time you weren't thinking very good thoughts. But one thing that I'll always remember is Julian Edelman. Shout out again for getting in the Patriots Hall of Fame. Was pedaling on his bike. He said this is about to be a hell of a comeback, and it was. Let's go.
All right, and we knew it. Edelman knew something, and Phil, you liked that game too. So,
And by the way, like the Celtics against the Knicks, about to be a hell of a
Yes.
comeback.
Yes.
Channeling that energy right there.
And
Right.
Tatum and Brown are going to come back. They're going to lead us to the promised land. About to have an epic comeback. Okay, we're taking
it's
over
funny
the New
because,
York trap.
listen,
We're taking over.
We have some Knicks fans on our production staff that are like, boo, in the
Next
studio.
segment.
Let's read and react. We're going to start in Indy, where Chris Ballard addresses the quarterback competition between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones on the Rich Eisen Show.
Competition brings out the best in everybody. And like, we're so impatient nowadays. We have zero patience with players. Like, if they're not especially the quarterback position, if they're not a superstar right away, they're a failure, which I disagree with. I mean, they've got to work through their struggles.
How do you see it playing out?
When one of them, steps forward and we think he's the guy, then that's the direction we'll go.
What does Richardson have to do to win in Indy?
Just be consistent. Make the layups. I mean, he's an electric athlete. He's got a big arm. He's great at avoiding sacks. But those 5 to 15-yard throws, inaccuracy at times. And that's going to make it impossible to have a sustainable offense if he can't routinely hit those. I will say, though, that, the staff has to show him patience as well. Chris Ballard talked about, pulling the gripping the cord on young quarterbacks. Well, they benched Anthony Richardson, that team. So I think he needs some time to show that he has developed in the way that I described.
Good point. Truth on both sides. All right, in San Francisco, we saw Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey working out together at the team's facility. Kyle, what are your expectations for the 49ers in this CMC comeback this season?
I believe they're in the mix. That's the first thing that comes to it because they're in a tough division led by with the Rams and the Seahawks that were competing for that top spot last year. You also have the Cardinals and Kyler Murray that are still in the mix down there. But in the mix, Christian McCaffrey being healthy helps. A happy paid George Kittle helps. And then a defense with Robert Saleh again, led by Fred Warner, helps. All those things means they're in the mix to compete.
I figure out Brock Purdy's deal too, but great point. All right, let's go to Minnesota, where Kevin O'Connell was also on the Rich Eisen Show, talking about his new starter, J.J. McCarthy, how he's looking heading into phase 2 of the offseason program.
So I know everybody is wildly concerned about these reps on here. Let me put you at peace, Rich.
Sure.
When he is taking snaps, he's taking plenty of snaps from Ryan Kelly, who happens to be a 10-year starting offensive center in this league. So that is, take that for what it's worth. I don't think Vikings fans should be worried about the amount of reps JJ is going to get with the ones. We're going to have him ready to go.
So what do you think about the Vikings and how J.J. McCarthy is set up for this